Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Real KMTH. This is another film review, and today's film is gonna be. I had to watch it. I had to go through and immediately put down what I thought about the film, and it is the reboot of I Know What You Did Last Summer. But this is the reboot. Last summer, um, was in the 90s. Was quite a franchise, and now we have a reboot. But more about it. Let's just jump straight into what I thought about the movie. Okay, so this is a reboot of the classic slasher film from the 90s of the same name. I Know What You Did Last Summer. And it starred with the most attractive young actors and actresses of their time, to be honest. There was Freddie Prinze Jr. Sorry, there was Freddie Prinze Jr., Jennifer Love Hewitt. Everybody knows Jennifer Love Hewitt. Ryan Philippe, and the most famous out of all of them, to be honest, at that time was Sarah Michelle Gellar, who, if you guys don't know, was Buffy. If you don't know who Buffy the Slayer is, then good luck hunting vampires and killing them without her. Okay? So it's been 27 years since the previous films. There was a television series adaptation. Some of the slides are actually from that television series adaptation, that one over there, which you can see. Ultimately, the series was cancelled, thus, the project was relaunched with Sony Pictures, and the production started between October 2024 and March 2025 this year. So the film starts off with the same premise as the last three films. A group of young friends go for a drive on a late night, and there's drinking involved and carelessness, and eventually something tragic happens, where either someone gets knocked over or a car swerves off the road. Well, because the group of friends are young and dumb, they decide to not inform the authorities, as they do not want to be blamed for what happened, and also pretend nothing ever happened. Okay, fast forward a year later, these young friends will now be targeted by the slasher, whoever they may be, though, but they will hunt this group down until there is nobody left. First, it starts off with a few notes saying, I know what you did last summer, which is the name of the movie, because it's been a year since the accident, and, it was last summer, and that was covered up, or, where somebody innocent died. So the group starts to investigate who or what is really after them, and narrow things down from the night of the accident to the person, or the person that is a relative or themselves who survived and now seeks revenge on the group of friends for what happened. Eventually, the remaining members of the group will confront the slasher and maybe win, cause stopping the slasher is insanely hard to do, to be honest. All the slashers in all films are actually super fast, super strong, deadly quiet, smart, and almost invincible, like Superman. It's almost impossible to beat the slasher. That is the same for this film, as the slasher is exactly that, but not completely. Why? I won't say that the slasher in this film is actually smart, to be honest. Cause in one scene, might be a spoiler, it was just way too obvious to the victim, and the victim must have been so stupid to actually see the slasher is standing right there in front of his own statue, even though it's pitch dark. Because the victim, if you just walk past him, he's like, why is there two statues? Because I only have one. But he was too stupid to notice that. Anyway, now I don't really know when the franchise became supernatural, because there is a dream sequence in this film, or a dream within a dream, and it's all okay, just a little bit weird. But then it turns into the mummy. So why put that there, and where does it lead? Because I watched the entire movie. It led nowhere. So I don't understand. Did you just bring Sarah Michelle Gellar Buffy back for that? And give another supernatural spin-off to it? Man. So eventually the big showdown comes when the remaining group are all on a boat to escape the slasher to survive, only to get caught off guard, and you know exactly what that means. The killer then reveals themselves, and it was easy, to be honest. I knew from the very beginning, but because of the film and all the things that were happening within the film, you kind of forget everybody that is actually involved in the film, or that's part of everybody that's part of the group. Okay, and no, it's not hard to forget. It's just simple, because the evidence is literally not there for you to figure it out. The fact that the evidence is not there, that's how you can figure it out. Like, I think it's this person. There is a twist in the film, though, and I thought it was a good twist. Glad it was added. It changed everything and made the film less boring than what I saw it was going to be. And it kind of saved the film, in my opinion. And then Jennifer Love Hewitt's character and her stupid protege, Ava, which you will see in the movie, ruins the entire film for everybody. Yeah. So the survivors leave the hospital together and have a lunch at the beach and have the dumbest conversation and reveal news that should not even be spoken about in the film, as if to hint to a possible sequel which might not happen because this film killed itself. So honest. I Know What You Did Last Summer 2025 is a teen-thrilled chick flick disaster, and now it's time for the rant review to prove why I think this is a disaster. Cue rant review. Rant review. I don't have anything that you do. Rant review. I don't have that. Anyway, point one. The film starts off the same as the first film in 1997, where the group are enjoying themselves, getting drunk and driving recklessly, fast and furious, and then they cause an accident and try to cover it up because they were responsible. At least do better by maybe coming up with something more original to show the accident or why they had to cover things up. Okay. Because any normal person would have gone to the police station in any case the next morning, if not that night, after agreeing with everybody to keep it a secret. Because because a normal person in the real world wouldn't do that. They wouldn't be like, okay, this is going to ruin their lives, we have to keep it a secret. No, like they would literally go home and tell their parents what happened because they're shocked and they don't know how to deal with it. And eventually the news is going to come out in any case, and there's not going to be a, I know what you did last summer. Unless, the locals be like, aren't you that kid that was part of the group that tried to cover the thing? It's going to be like that. Point number two. The return of the previous heroes in the franchise, Jennifer Love Hewitt and Freddie Prinze Jr.'s characters, were a good addition to the film, but both returning characters weren't used to their full potential. Freddie Prinze Jr.'s character really had something going there at the end, when it was revealed that he is one of the killers in the film. Or maybe he wasn't the one that was killing everybody in the film, but eventually, because of his past in the previous films, because he had to deal with the trauma of being chased by this killer with the hook, after 27 years, he eventually succumbed to being an actual killer. So he's also now the same as the dude that was hunting them all those years ago. So in this film, he actually becomes it's revealed that he is now also a killer, just like those before. Which is a shock, because he is a survivor and a hero in the previous franchise. But now, after so many years with the trauma he went through, which I just spoke about, and succumbing to the dark side, well, what did I actually write here? The trauma he went over with all the trauma he went over to the dark side, and they kill him behind his back, right? Just like that. He didn't even turn. They just shot him in the back, and he died. Didn't even get to see how dangerous he could have been if they allowed his character to live on and being the killer, and then maybe also being in the possible sequel, because that would have been cool. It would have been so cool, like the fact that we know now Freddie Prinze Jr. is an actual killer, but he's still alive, which means he might just come after them. That would have been so cool. They could have really done something more original with it. But man, they killed him off in the film. It was so bad. Point number three. This is a slasher film, so it's supposed to be a little gory and bloody. It's a thriller, and the audience is supposed to feel the thrill of the film. All the women in the film, though, are supposed to scream when they are surprised by the killer and get jump scared, because that's actually the jump. They're supposed to add the thrill, because they're screaming something horrible, right? So there is supposed to be a lot of screams, but there are not many in here, to be honest, and not a lot of blood either. But there is a little bit of blood here, but it's just not enough, to be honest. Point number four. I'm going to close the door. Point number four. Madeline Klein played Danica Richards. You'll basically see who she is here. Wow, Danica Richards is like... I'm sorry, Madeline Klein is like... Man, she's really attractive. She's still young. She's like in her 20s, but she's really attractive. I think I have a crush on her. Anyway, so Danica Richards' character... Madeline Klein's character... What? This is Madeline Klein, played by Danica Richards. Okay, yeah, Danica Richards is. Oh my gosh, I'm getting confused. Danica Richards is the actress. She's the one who's hot. I think I got a crush on her. She plays Madeline Klein. Anyway, so Madeline Klein just lost her fiance. Her fiance was killed. Okay, she found him murdered, and she was also nearly murdered as well. Okay, they were about to be wed. That same night that she almost died, she hooks up with her ex-boyfriend or her ex-fiance that left her, and she completely forgets about her dead fiance and how much she loved him. The fact that she almost got killed either, like, it, I don't understand. You almost got killed, you lost a fiance, but maybe the thrill and everything is so dangerous, and here's your ex-boyfriend. Yeah, I'm gonna hook up. That's weird, man. Like, that's not how I would be like nervous. Yeah, I would understand somebody would want to like just chill with you and kind of like talk things through. But I don't think I would want to be alone. I like we all gonna be as a group together and just like you know take care of each other until we can find the killer. Point number 5: the fact that Stevie is never on screen. Stevie is actually one of the people in the group. You can see a picture right over here in my background. She's the one that's standing in the middle. Stevie is never on screen after the accident, not a lot, or with anyone when the killer is doing his slasher thing, or even with the group. There is such a big signal that Stevie is the killer because she never even got attacked in the film. She never got a note. She never faked being attacked because she was the killer all along. That's how easy it is to know. That's because the evidence is not there about Stevie being harassed or attacked. That's how you know that Stevie's got to be the one who is the killer. And out of everybody, she was the only person that never had a strange scene where the killer leaves a note, like I mentioned earlier, of a suspenseful scene in the film. That's basically how you would figure out, like, nah, I think Stevie, because she, at the beginning, she did seem a little bit weird, but I do give her credit though. she actually did, when she revealed that she is the killer, she gives us like a little love that she's still a little bit insane or off the rockers. I thought that was really good. It really made me believe that nah, she's a definite killer. Nah, she's not just I'm being the killer, but she's a definite killer. But nonetheless, there was still like really bad acting in this film. Coming to the last point, point number 6. Both killers, Stevie and Ray, because they are both the killers, were killed so easily in the film. Stevie gets shot during a monologue and falls off the boat into the water. And Ray gets speared with a spear gun, and now everyone is safe. If you watch the classic Scream films, okay, like Scream 2, for example, from 1997, the same year as the first I Know What You Did Last Summer, there were 2 killers, yes, in the Scream film. But when both killers should have been already dead from the wounds, one of the killers still gets up, like, oh, they're both dead. Ah! That is what I would have expected to come out of this movie. Like, just that surprise killer attack, that lost energy. But that is not what we get in this film. And I think the writers should have taken notes on that next time they want to revive a 90s slasher film. Give us something from the 90s, like the one I just mentioned now. The killer's dead, like, he's not gonna get up again. Ah! And then he gets up, like, do that. We want suspense, we want to be thrilled, we want to be scared. Man, these group of people and friends, they just felt too safe. They felt too safe. It was like, dude, and it was so weird, is that you mentioned to the police. They took so long to go to the police in any case. But you mention the stuff to the police, and the police doesn't even give you protection. You could have said, my friends are being targeted. Why are you being targeted? Well, because of this and this and this and this and this. It's so stupid. But anyway, man, guys, thank you so much for joining for this film review. Do not forget to leave a like and subscribe and follow and just do everything. Let's just get more content going. But apart from that, I will catch you on the next review.